Welcome everybody. Today we're gonna be doing this amazing fried chicken and you will be surprised what ingredient makes it better and what separates it from the other ones. Look at those beauties.
We start off by cutting our chicken into tender sized pieces, and I have about a kilo of moderately sized chicken breasts here. The reason I'm cutting at this angle is that the fibers of the chicken breast go along in this direction, and I want the fibers as small as possible for the softest fried chicken. I have a liter of water here in which I will add 45 grams of salt to make a 4.5% brine solution. To flavor the chicken all throughout, we are adding 10 grams of paprika, 8 grams of garlic powder, 7 grams of onion powder, 20 grams of brown sugar, and finally 5 grams of MSG. We're gonna mix everything until everything is dissolved and incorporated. This brine solution ensures that our chicken stays moist during cooking, tenderizes the meat, and evenly seasons it throughout. In goes our chicken, and we make sure the pieces are separated so the brine works properly on every piece. Into the fridge it goes overnight. While 4 hours will work, I recommend leaving it overnight for the best results. After the brine has worked its magic, we will dry the chicken thoroughly. Drying ensures that the coating sticks to the chicken so that it doesn't fall apart when we finally fry it. Now we will be doing the poultry batter, but there are a few ingredients, so bear with me. 200 grams of flour, 35 grams of cornstarch for the crispiness, 3 whole eggs, 300 milliliters of milk, 15 grams of milk powder, 30 grams of corn flour, and don't mistake this with cornstarch because it's not the same. Corn flour is made from the entire kernel of the corn, including the protein, fiber, and the starch. Cornstarch, on the other hand, is just the starch. 5 grams of baking soda, 10 grams of brown sugar, 10 grams of salt, 4 grams of MSG, 2 grams of paprika, 3 grams of mustard powder, 4 grams of garlic powder, 3 grams of onion powder, 1 gram of black pepper, and finally 2 grams of turmeric. We are gonna mix until it's a smooth, creamy batter that clings to the chicken like a second skin. We make sure every single piece of chicken is coated with our batter. And for that, with the help of our hands, we are gonna massage it into the chicken. Now we need our third and final recipe. In a bowl we add 400 grams of flour, 4 grams of salt, 2 grams of mustard powder, 2 grams of paprika, and we came to our secret ingredient, yeast. We are adding 10 grams. And finally 1 gram of freshly ground black pepper. Yeast isn't something you would normally expect in a fried chicken, but trust me, it's a game changer. It adds an incredible umami depth and a nutty, earthy, and slightly floral aroma. While coating the chicken in the flour mix, make sure you press on every piece so the breading sticks and creates those pockets of breading which will give our chicken its awesome crunch. I have my deep fryer at 160 degrees Celsius, 350 degrees Fahrenheit. If you don't have a deep fryer, make sure to use a heavy bottom pot that retains the heat and is also tall enough so the oil doesn't overflow while frying. Cook for about 3 minutes or until golden brown and crispy on the outside. Internal temperature of the chicken should hit 74 degrees Celsius or 165 degrees Fahrenheit. After many trials, I found that double frying is not only more work, it also doesn't give better results with this method. Frying it once until the chicken is completely cooked through works for me wonderfully. And here it is, crispy golden perfection on the outside, juicy and flavorful on the inside. This is fried chicken done right.
Look at the inside. It's incredibly juicy, super soft. Super crunchy. And tastes amazing. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope to see you next time. I'm just gonna eat this now.